If you're visiting our channel because you're thinking about moving to New Bern, North Carolina, or you're just curious about what it's really like to live here, then this video is for you. Today we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in New Bern in 2025. Now look, I'm going to be straight with you. Every town has its ups and downs, and New Bern is no different. But after living here and working with a lot of folks who've relocated, I'm going to share what makes New Bern great and a few things that you should keep in mind before making the move. My name is Copeland and I'm a local real estate agent here in New Bern. My goal with this channel is to be your go-to resource for all things New Bern, from the housing market to the lifestyle and even the not so perfect parts. And if you're thinking about making the move in the next 6 to 12 months, give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'd love to help make New Bern your new home. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the pros of moving to New Bern, North Carolina in 2025. So there's a lot to love about living here, from the history and scenery to the sense of community and affordability. New Bern, North Carolina is often recognized as one of the best small cities in the US. Look, it's even been featured on the South's Best Small Towns list by Southern Living magazine. Pretty cool. I'm gonna walk you through some of the biggest reasons people choose to call New Bern their new home, whether they're coming from across the state or across the country. Pro number one, rich history. New Bern is one of the oldest towns in North Carolina, and you will definitely feel that history everywhere you go. We've got Tryon Palace, historic homes, century-old churches, and a downtown that has been beautifully preserved. If you like walking streets lined with brick sidewalks and old buildings, this place will make you feel like you've stepped back in time. On top of that, we have museums, historic tours, and events that celebrate the town's heritage. And let's not forget, Pepsi was invented right here. You can even visit the little museum downtown and sip a soda where it all started. Pro number two, beautiful scenery and water access. You see, New Bern sits right at the meeting of the Neuse and Trent rivers, and honestly, the views never get old. Sunrise over the water is stunning, and if you love boating, fishing, kayaking, or just walking by the river, this is definitely your kind of place. We're also near the Croatan National Forest, which adds hiking, bird watching, and camping to the list of outdoor activities. For a lot of folks, the combination of water and nature is what seals the deal on moving here. Pro number three, charming downtown. Downtown New Bern is walkable and full of life. You've got boutique shops, art galleries, local restaurants, coffee spots, and plenty of events. Festivals like Mumfest draw big crowds, and there's always some kind of live music or market happening. It's the kind of place where you can spend the morning shopping, have lunch by the water, and run into at least 3 people you know along the way. Pro number four, friendly, welcoming community. Now look, if you're looking for that small town neighborly vibe, you will definitely find it here. People wave, they hold doors, and actually stop to chat with you. Local organizations and event calendars keep the community connected. For newcomers, it's not hard to get plugged in, whether that's through church, volunteering, or just showing up to events. Pro number five, family-friendly atmosphere. We've got good public schools here, safe neighborhoods, and a ton of parks like Union Point Park, Lawson Creek Park, and Martin Marietta, where kids can run around. The slower pace here means less traffic and more peace of mind for parents. Organized sports, community activities, and family events keep things fun without feeling overwhelmed. Pro number six, affordable cost of living. Now, compared to bigger North Carolina cities or popular beach towns, New Bern's cost of living is very reasonable. Home prices are still lower here than in Raleigh, Charlotte, or Wilmington, and property taxes are surprisingly manageable, especially if you're moving from up north. One thing that stands out with many of my clients is how much lower property taxes are here. For example, the current tax rate for the city of New Bern is about 39 cents for every $100 of value. And for Craven County, it's around 44 cents per $100. A quick rule of thumb I share with buyers is to take the purchase price of the home and multiply it by 0.008. Now that'll give you a rough estimate of your yearly property taxes. And good news here, that number usually comes out a little bit on the higher side. Why? Because taxes are based on the county's assessed value of the home, and those assessments are often a bit lower than what the home actually sells for. Groceries, utilities, and day-to-day expenses are also pretty affordable as well, which makes a big difference if you're on a fixed income or just looking to stretch your budget. Pro number 7, diverse housing options. See, one of the nice things here is the variety of homes. You can find historic houses downtown, newer builds and subdivisions, or even something with land outside outside the city limits. There's a little bit of something for every style and budget. Pro number 8, easy beach access. You can be on the sand at Emerald Isle or Morehead City in about an hour. That means you can enjoy coastal living without paying coastal home prices. Day trips to the beach are totally doable, and that's a huge lifestyle perk. Pro number 9, convenient location. Look, I've always said that New Bern is in a sweet spot, close enough for day trips to Raleigh, Wilmington, or even the Outer Banks, but far enough away to avoid big city headaches. The traffic here is nothing compared to those areas. Pro number 10, active cultural scene. For a small town, New Bern stays busy. We've got theaters, art fairs, seasonal festivals, and music events throughout the year. It's not New York City, but there's more going on than you might expect. Pro number 11, great for retirement. A lot of retirees move here for the peace, the amenities, and the moderate climate. You get that small town feel without being isolated, and the cost of living makes it an easy choice for many people looking to retire. Pro number 12, climate. One of the things I hear a lot from clients is how much they love that New Bern gives you seasons without going overboard. Up north, it can feel like winter drags on forever and you're stuck shoveling snow for half the year. Florida, on the other hand, can be hot all year long. Here in New Bern, you actually get a taste of all 4 seasons. You've got warm springs, hot summers, a real fall with colorful leaves, and winters that are cool but not harsh. No endless snowstorms and no year-round swamp heat. Most of the time, it's mild enough to still enjoy the outdoors, whether it's January or July. Now let's talk about the cons. Look, I'm not here to sugarcoat things. As much as I love it here, there are a few downsides that you should know before you pack up and move. Con number 1, limited shopping and entertainment. If you're used to having a huge mall or dozens of big box stores, you might feel limited here in New Bern. Our local mall has seen better days, and for bigger shopping trips, you might be driving to another city. Entertainment-wise, unless you love the outdoors or a night at a local bar, you might run out of options rather quickly. Con number 2, dining choices. We've got some great local spots, but the variety is limited. You may find yourself traveling frequently to nearby cities to increase your dining options. Con number 3, limited activities for kids and teens. For younger kids, parks and sports leagues are great, but for teens, the options can be pretty limited. If they're not into sports, they may find themselves bored without making trips to bigger cities for entertainment. Con number 4, job market challenges. Unless you're in healthcare, education, military-related work, or you can work remotely, job options can be limited, especially for higher paying careers. A lot of residents commute to nearby cities for work. Con number 5, healthcare limitations. We do have medical facilities here in New Bern, and we have come a very long way, but there is a possibility for some specialties or advanced care you still may need to travel. Con number 6, small town feel can get old. For some people, the charm wears off after a while. If you're someone who needs constant variety and new experiences, you might find things repetitive here. Con number 7, transportation. Outside of downtown New Bern, you're going to need a car. Walkability is limited in most neighborhoods, and public transportation options are not great. Con number 8, climate. Now here's the flip side of this one. Summers in New Bern can get hot and very humid. We're talking highs pushing into the upper 80s and 90s with the kind of sticky air that makes you feel like you need a second shower by lunchtime. If you're moving from somewhere with dry heat or cooler summers, this might be a shock. On top of that, hurricane season is a real thing here. While we don't get hit every year, we do live on the coast, and storms are something you need to be prepared for. That means keeping an eye on forecasts, knowing your evacuation routes, and being ready for the occasional power outage. And let's not forget that spring pollen. If you've got allergies, brace yourself. Everything from cars to porches get covered in a thick yellow dust for a few weeks every year. It's not the end of the world, but it's something people always talk about when spring rolls around. Con number 9, crime and safety concerns. Overall, New Bern is a really safe place. I've been here my whole life. But like any city, there are areas where you'll want to be more cautious. Some neighborhoods have more issues with drugs or petty crime. It really depends on where you live. So make sure you do your research. Okay, time for my final thoughts. New Bern has a lot going for it. The history, the rivers, the community, the affordability, but it's not for everyone. If you're looking for a peaceful, scenic place with friendly people and a slower pace, you're probably gonna love it here. here. But if you need a big job market, tons of shopping, or an always buzzing nightlife, you might find it a little too quiet. And remember, if moving to New Bern is on your radar in the next 6 to 12 months, give me a call, send me a text, shoot me an email. I'd love to help you find the perfect place here in New Bern. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.